Welcome back, guys. So we are going to follow on from our driver testing of the ST200 line. We're going to now test the fairway wood. We done really well with the tour fairway wood last year, the adjustable one. Most of our fits in the fairways fit into some kind of form of adjustability. We done some really nice sets of 3 and 5 wood with ST190.
Yep.
It was a really, really nice combo. How are we looking at, or what differences are we looking at this year?
Yeah, I'd expect you to do similar. On the fitting side of things, I'd expect the same thing.
Same
you know,
idea.
if you're somebody who's wanting like a 3 and a 5 wood combo, it's probably going to be the bonded.
Right.
Just because the tour spoon is really going to tend towards that better player with a lot of speed to knock down spin. So I think you're going to see similar things on that. What I would expect between these versus the last years on the 190s, I'd expect to see a bit more ball speed from both the regular one and the tour spoon. I'd also expect to see a lot more stability on it as well, so more consistent numbers. So there's a new face material, there's a newly adjusted the wave sole to make it a little bit more consistent on all strikes. I don't think, you know, on a fairway wood, like particularly if I'm going to talk a 5 wood or the bonded 3 wood, we weren't trying to go super extreme low spin. We'll leave that for the tour spoon.
Right.
So we were more looking for just consistency.
I think that's a good point, because the 3 wood, the tour one, if people haven't tried that one and they're out there looking for sort of a low spin, fast ball speed 3 wood, I don't think there's another 3 wood out there that's going to give you the performance that one does. We saw that last year, didn't we?
It's a low spin 3 wood.
It is a bullet, an absolute rocket launcher, and it kind of has that really kind of nice little open profile to it. So you know, that look that better players like if they are a little bit worried about turning it over.
I see what you're saying, though, that being a little bit more of a niche, whereas most golfers, unless you really need to change that ball flight that much, I mean, realistically, this is more what you should be playing.
Yeah,
as long as you don't need the face angle, right?
You're exactly right, and that's where I wish people would be, and that's why I love, you know, people watching your videos understand the nuances of getting fit for what you need for a 3 wood, because the world is full of crazy low spin 3 woods right now.
There's too many, really.
And that's, if you look at the bulk of the golfing population, that's not what's needed out there.
Right.
So
absolutely, it's, you know, it's almost difficult at times to create that separation that's required to stagger and get the progression of the bag all the way through with the way metal woods are going now. They're so hot.
Right.
Okay, well let's hit a few.
Yeah.
Let's get some numbers going.
Nice.
I was going to say that sounded really solid.
Yep. I just shut the face a degree, but that's quite good. So one of the things, just as you were saying that, Chris, I was thinking is, like, so many people I play golf with at my club, they'll say stuff to me like, I often will hit my 3 wood the same as my driver. Like, I don't know why I have my driver, kind of thing. And a lot of times I'll look at them and be like, I'm not sure either, because the 3 wood isn't really a 3 wood. Like, it doesn't perform. It would be stupid for me to have a club that goes another 30 yards because of low spin.
Right.
You might as well just, you know, use your driver for that. This
You're
isn't
exactly
a club to hit off, you know, get a more straight ball flight, I guess, with more spin, or hit it into a green or something on a par 5.
You know, for those really fast swing speed players who take 3 wood off the tee a good amount, I understand why you'd want a low spin one that's getting out there. But for the most part, the 3 wood is supposed to be more of a control golf club. And with spin comes control. So that's where it's like, you got to be careful how you're fitting your 3 wood.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching the numbers. I think, Ian, that's kind of where you usually look to see the 3 wood, kind of low 3,000s.
Yeah. It's almost becoming a little bit of a challenge, to be honest, now, though, to get 3 wood there. You've seen more sort of getting in towards the high 2s. If you can sneak it up into the 3s, a lot of 4 woods going on right now.
That's why I have a 4 wood, I think, is because last year's 3 woods, all of them, for me, I hit all of them better in 16 if it was available. And then I ended up with one that I could put loft on. This year, I'm hoping this is more of a trend, that they've kind of balanced that a little bit better, so you can get a little bit of spin without having to change the loft.
So have you seen more 4 wood fittings lately?
I think that's just been, I would say, even since the rocket balls era, that has been the trend since the fairway got really, really fast. Right around that era, there was a couple of designs that just felt like it just changed the design of fairway woods forever. And you know, even looking at the efficiencies here, like that last one, 143, it's right what your efficiency was with the driver. But you've got 3 wood launch and spin.
That's the
sort of numbers with it. That's the difference. So it's not. You're not going to get that really hot one that all of a sudden gives you a shocker that it goes 300 yards.
Yeah, well, it's a proper distance control club at that point.
Yeah, right.
It's funny from the fitting side that as the technology is on the fairway woods has made them lower spin, from the fitting side, it's not about necessarily the technology, it's about the final end result numbers you're going for.
Yeah.
So just because the fairway woods got stronger and hotter, then you just went up in loft, almost canceling out that technology.
It's true, yeah.
So it really just shows that you gotta get dialed into what flight you're looking for.
It sounds really good.
Yeah. That's a good looking flight.
Yeah, that looks nice.
One thing we wanted to try to do here, because there is a new face material across all of the new fairway woods as well, so efficiency was one of those things we were shooting for. So the fact that you're getting almost the same efficiency as you were with your driver shows that the actual COR, the ball speeds across the face, are very, very hot, which is great.
So did you guys have some room to go up on that, or did you just have room to make it across more of the face?
I think it's a little bit of both, just honest feedback from on our end. We had been using a very similar face material on all our fairway woods for a number of years. We hadn't made huge leaps and bounds. With this one, we brought in a new material, and we also brought in the multi-thickness face as well. So we were able to increase the center ball speed, but also increase the peripheral ball speeds as well.
Gotcha. I mean, I can tell you it feels jumpier for sure.
Does it?
Yeah, it definitely feels jumpier, which is in a good way. Pretty good too.
And we'd probably expect the standard version for Matt to turn over a little bit. That wouldn't be a surprise for us at all to see Matt curve it a little bit.
With like a standard swing, because to be fair, everything I have, I open at about a degree.
Exactly.
So I'm probably closing these a degree to curve it, so that would be the shape I'd expect. The
good thing is with it, you've still got extremely good ball speed. I mean, 167 ball speed off 3-wood is quick.
Yes.
10 launch, 3,400 spin. I mean, it's kind of got everything that you're looking for in the package. It's really good.
Yeah. That's better. It's a nice straight one.
So what do you look for in a 3-wood for your game?
I probably err a little bit more on like the forgiveness side personally. I like something that is easy to hit off the deck. So I'd never like anything deep faced.
Yep.
I honestly, it's this type of profile. So to me, I don't think it looks shallow, but it's the type of head that I'm assuming the CG is fairly low.
It is.
So when you strike it, I don't know, the ball just kind of. There's been several fairway woods we tried that have that similar kind of vibe where the ball gets up in the air easy. And then I tend to look for something that will spin in a good window.
Right.
So the lower spin 3-woods, I've probably never had a low spin 3-wood, I don't think.
No.
And when we do the test, usually with low spin 3-woods, like they're fun. I'll just hit them like as far as I can. But it probably wouldn't be a club to actually play around a golf with.
Right.
Was that hair necky?
Yeah, a little bit. It actually
like that flight.
felt really good though.
I really like that flight.
As soon as I hit it, I thought it wasn't good, but it flew nice. It just a bit on the heel. That's a good one.
Really good.
It's probably a groove low, but I would take that all day.
You can really see where this is going to work though as a family. The separation. You've got your tour product, for the player who is extreme speed, who wants that flatter flight, that's great. You've got the standard bonded version for the player who's looking for a little bit more spin. You can definitely see that this one lives in a slightly different window from a spin perspective. I think that's great.
I think it's great too. I mean,
there's no point in them doing the same thing.
There is no point in them doing the same thing. And as Chris said, obviously more people would benefit from that type of a flight than would from the
100%.
TS. The TS is going to be a niche product anyway. So
the thing is, you're creating that level of spin, Matty, and kind of the velocity because you're so quick. Right. So this is going to be something that the average golfer is going to really benefit from. Because they're not going to be as fast, but they're still going to be able to get all that lift and you know, the efficiency is extremely high. So for their speed, it's going to be really, really quick as well.
Absolutely, yeah. To give somebody a little bit more speed, but then maintain the amount of spin to keep it in the air, I think that's what's going to help fit into a lot of bags.
And I think a lot of people forget how many players hit a 3-wood and a 5-wood into a lot of greens.
Right.
Like, I'm looking at it as like a par 5 club or a tee club, but tons of guys I play with use it on pretty much every long par 4. You're going to use this type of club. So if you're not getting any spin and launch on it, it doesn't really serve much of a purpose.
Yeah, I'm really keen to see this being tested again with a lower speed player against some of the modern 3-woods.
To see the results.
See how it holds its own. You know,
great test.
If you can just elevate that spin profile ever so slightly, retain the ball speed, ease of kind of use on all strikes across the face, high, low, left, right, I think that's a winner.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
good point.
Excellent.
Nice.
Okay, more to come, and we'll do some deeper testing. We've obviously got the tour, which I'll dive in there and do some testing because it is righty only.
It is.
So we'll do that. I love the profile.
Yeah, I know. It's really got your name on it,
happy
doesn't it?
to jump in and test that. Okay, guys, we've still got the hybrids to come. Really keen to see how the new CLK line is shaping up. We really liked the last version, so again, keen to test that. Okay, we'll be back again soon.